from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
Oh, no fear, no fear, no fear, no fear here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, IA. You know, this is, today we just left the court site. You know, yesterday we were doing court site, and we had the remote, and we had the RV out there with the FM transmitter up, and we were telling all the people doing their blog posts and everything, we said, hello, we're on 92.5. And it's real simple. I go, oh, you guys got blank frequency? Which one you got? You guys fix it? You got it all taken care of? They go, yep, 92.5. Okay, 92.5. They put it out on their blogs and all the internet and everything. We're sitting out in front of the court, and we're saying, hello, 92.5. The entire city court site is listening to us detail the shenanigans of the city of Quartzsite and the parking lot of Quartzsite's town hall and court and jail and library. You know? So, I mean, it's that simple. Now we tested the RV, and it seems like everything's working well. We're going to go ahead and start refurbing the inside. We got the outside all done. Mechanically, it's all done. So now we're going to make it the Taj Mahal, okay? So we're going to have fun with that. All right, now this is what we're going to do today. We had the Super Bowl in Indianapolis this year. And the one thing that was of great interest to me is that it was a repeat of 2008. We had, go ahead and check the sound coming into because doing the video. We're doing a video. We got a new video stream that we're using now because Dcast, and it's because Justin TV just wasn't cutting it. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're testing out, so we'll do it today with my guest because we had an important event, being the Super Bowl. It's an opportunity for an international presence. Now, when you got the Indianapolis Colts don't like the Patriots, you know, it's kind of, they're like, well, can we use some other logo than Ron Paul, the Patriot logo, kind of, you know, damn, because we don't like the, I'm like, get over it, man. This is an international thing. You know, this is like thinking Brazil. You know what I mean? You know, get over it. So what we did is we went ahead and we sent the logo that we had used in the 2008 Super Bowl between the Giants and the Patriots then, where in the last minute and a half, the Giants pulled out a squeaker on that one. We were hoping for redemption, which didn't happen. But, you know, I thought it was a good game. It was kind of close down the last there, and we'll see what happens. And Patriots lost. But it was a great opportunity for a lot of Ron Paul signing, waving, doing, putting up, and if you weren't there, you don't really know what happened. Now, I have Chris Gault, Andrew Reno, and then we have some others that we're going to be talking to today. I got one of you guys there?
Yeah, it's Chris Gault.
Chris. Do I got Andrew? Here's to push buttons. There. How about you, Andrew?
Can you hear me?
There you go. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with Chris. Chris, now, all that we know is that we spent the whole day, the Sunday before Super Bowl Sunday, making templates and stencils and everything and putting in a big roll, and we sent that. Which one of you guys got that?
Reno got that.
Okay, so Andrew, you come home from school, whatever, you got it on the doorstep, where you got it, and were you guys able to have a sign-making party using those? Did you guys get going? I know nothing. You got to tell me everything.
Yes, we had a sign-making party. I got the package, I think, on Wednesday, and we made all our signs on Friday and Saturday. So that kept us busy a couple days before the Super Bowl, but we had fun.
Okay. Now, what kind of were you lucky enough to get some kind of international Italian TV pressing kind of, hello, what's this? Tell me where you guys were marketing the most and how you did it. Did you put it on the overpass? I mean, you got to tell me everything, man.
We went downtown, and we stood we met up at Monument Circle, which is the center of town. Lots of people there. That's where they had the big 46 Roman numeral XLVI letters that a lot of people were coming to get their pictures taken in front of. And we stood out there for about a half hour while we waited for people to show up, and we marched around. And then after everyone showed up, we just headed out into the NFL experience and just tried to get in front of cameras, and that was our approach to marketing, I guess. We had Revolution Pack there to cover us too, so we knew we were getting press.
So tell me, Chris, did you have people from around the country, the world, seeking you guys out or seeing you coming up and saying, Pace, what up? I mean, they had to, tell you their stories, and they finally found someone there doing this. I imagine they'd have their stories. Can you share any with me?
Yeah, I met a lady from Puerto Rico who her father was a huge Ron Paul fan, and she just had to get her picture in front of our giant Ron Paul cutout, our life-size Ron Paul cutout for him to sit back home.
Oh, now that was a popular thing. I saw that on the Revolution Pack, Super Pack TV, or what they were out there filming. And it was getting a lot of commentary from people that were standing in front of a life-size cutout of Dr. Paul. Is that a big draw?
Yeah, we call it getting your picture with your Ron Paul's my homeboy. That's what we call it. Ron Paul's my homeboy.
Okay. So, what kind of were you involved in 2008 with this at all? Do you have any kind of comparison?
I was a little bit. I was a senior in high school in 2008. I see a huge difference between the involvement of just everyone in general. All kinds of people. We made all kinds of extra Ron Paul Patriot signs, and so many people asked us for them. And by the end of the day, we didn't have any extra. We gave them all away.
Okay, now the one thing that I'm looking for is how we're getting the message out. And what is the message? Is it, because I saw this, kind of what's happening now was more akin to the Obama thing in 2008. They're following the party. I mean, that's what the girls are. Yeah, it's a kind of fun, whatever. But you start engaging them, they had no clue what they were really there for. And so this time, back then, I mean, if you weren't really steeped in Austrian economics or understood that there was a problem or what, Paul was your messenger, but you had already understood the message. This time, is it different? Are the people as learned as they were before? Are they well read? Do they understand, or they're just going for the party? Give me an idea.
I think that people are definitely becoming more educated. I've really noticed that. I think that it's liberty. I've noticed that liberty and the whole message is transcending the party lines and race lines and all kinds of ideologies when people become educated about it. I know many Democrats and many people that would consider themselves progressives that now support Ron Paul because they learned about him.
Okay, now one of you is involved with the youth, and the other one is involved with the what?
We're both pretty involved with the youth.
Well, go ahead. Andrew, I have Youth for Ron Paul, and I'm going, okay, so Chris is helping with what?
Yeah. Young Americans for Liberty.
Young Americans for Liberty. So, and there's a difference between the two?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, well, we'll talk about that when we come back here on Declare Your Independence. Me, Ernest Hancock, Andrew Reno, and Chris Gault from Indianapolis, where they just had the Super Bowl. Out there marketing for the man, our man, against the man. We'll be right back.
This is Charles Goyette, author of the New York Times bestseller, The Dollar Meltdown, so you can learn how to protect yourself and your family. Now, you can audit the Fed. You can end the Fed. But why not start by ignoring the Fed? Visit don'ttreadonmeme.com. That's Don't Tread on M-E-M-E, fashioning the silver economy. A meme, a contagious idea that spreads within a culture, a spontaneous order. Nowhere is this more evident than in one's free choice in that most marketable of commodities, money. Let us Austrians use wallet voting. Don't Tread on Meme, the leading craftsman of silver dime trading cards, as well as some offbeat Liberty-themed apparel. Follow the history of the dime card outreach at onceUponAdime.info and get a silver calculator app at whatisthiscoinworth.info. Boycott an empire of theft. Build a society of consent. Don't tread on meme.
Everyone needs to get a justice shed. So you have a place to throw that little juvenile delinquent you caught loitering out on the street corner. This is not rocket science, people. I just call up my neighbors, Frank and Terry. We get out there with baseball bats, fishing nets, and we knock that suspect out. And we toss him in our justice shed. We just start dealing out some shovel beatings. That's democracy, people. That's the biggest benefit of the Justice Shed, people. You are in charge.
Our Justice Shed was all filled up, so we created this Justice Cage. It's just as good. These guys, I think we caught them shoplifting, and this is my daughter's boyfriend.
Look, if you don't have a yard big enough to place a Justice Shed in, go out and get yourself a Justice Barrel. I don't care. The important thing is to take control of your safety by any means necessary.
This is the Onion News Network.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Pure Life Water, helping you drink better and live better by providing a zero-calorie alternative to sugary drinks. Visit us at nestle-purelife.us. When kids are playing, they often don't want to stop to keep hydrated. So send them out with a bottle of water and encourage them to take frequent drink breaks or call them inside for a quick sip. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
If you can't listen to the Liberty Radio Network's internet streams, free satellite channel, or radio affiliates, no worries. You can listen to LRN.FM from any phone, anywhere. Add this number to your phone, 760-569-7753. It's a long-distance call, so make sure you're familiar with your phone's calling plan. The Liberty Radio Network listen lines are locked on our stream 24 hours a day. Call 760-569-7753. That's 760-569-7753.
What if the key to achieving liberty in your lifetime was to move together with others who think like you? Liberty activists are joining the Free State Project, which is over halfway to its goal of 20,000 participants. And they're already making the move to New Hampshire. The successes are piling up and are proving the Free State Project is a real movement and no longer just a great idea. When you're planning your move, consider Keene. Keene is famous for its civil disobedience and non-cooperation, and there's plenty of political opportunity as well. From demonstrations and vigils to outreach and volunteering, there's a lot going on in Keene. Keene is also the undisputed liberty media capital of the world, with television, talk radio, and more, all originating here. Though it's more than just activism, with regular social events each week. See what's happening at freekeene.com and get connected with video, audio, free books, a forum, and activist tools you can download and use in your area at freekeene.com. That's freekeene.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
No roads, no roads, no roads, no roads. Well, there'll be roads. But there'll be a lot of other stuff, too. And I'm not mandated. And I don't have to pay for them for the rest of my freaking life. You know, I got a 30-year bond for a road. So guess what? Your Jetson-mobile is going to have to stay on the road because we're paying for it. Now, I want to go ahead and let's talk. I want to share some thoughts with Andrew and Chris and get their response, because this is a good time. I mean, it's on-off topic, probably surprising, but I want to get their view on this. I got both you guys there?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, here's the deal. I see the videos from the Super Bowl. I see the fun. I see the manufacturing of signs. I see walking around, parading, taking video, showing thousands of people, from all over the world to come and they'll see that. And I know from experience the kind of people that get you want to keep it fun, you want to have people engaged, you want them to get out, you want them to, work, you want them to enjoy themselves advocating for. It is all libertarians are selfish. I mean, we do it because we want to, because it benefits us, because we feel better, because. What I'm seeing, though, is different in this time, and it happened a lot before, is the sine wave. The sine wave has a lot of people see it. You're at different events. You have a lot of people drive by certain intersections. You'll go, and it was a real good example where it was requested of me that we go to Southern California last time, 4 years ago. And the reason was because every weekend there are a lot of people that go and they do sine waves. But there wasn't on this, freeway system I call a parking lot in Southern California, with miles and miles and hundreds of miles of chain link fence that didn't have a single freaking Ron Paul sign on. And I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? The production of signs that go out on the freeways and the overpasses so hundreds of thousands of people see it every rush hour, that's kind of gone by the wayside this time. When you're at the Super Bowl, hundreds of thousands of people, not only there, milling around, and from all over the world. I look at the opportunities that we have now because there were competing things. I mean, like we just had this last weekend, the guys went and put up on I-40, big, 10-foot high letters, 40 feet across, 60 feet, where's long, big giant sign, billboard that we built 4 years ago. Ron Paul, hundreds of thousands a day. So my question to you is the marketing of this message to put out a slogan, Ron Paul support, or whatever, I'm wanting to understand from the youth their understanding of either marketing, their understanding of a cultural shift, exposing people to this and vast numbers and presence and whatever, or at the same time, which is more important now? I mean, because if it's not fun, people stop doing it. You got to keep it fun. You got people want to engage. It is a selfish thing. I'm out here advocating for Ron Paul because I'm standing on the corner in the cold with my friends because it's cool and we're going to go have pizza. Okay? So let's go ahead and go to Chris first. Chris, I want you, do you understand my point? Is there an effort to free as many minds as possible? Or is it a shift to, I want to engage this and keep myself motivated by being out there with my friends and doing it, and however many people just happens to be however many people? Do you understand the point that I'm trying to make and the question I'm asking?
Yeah, I understand. I think that it's a mix of a little of both right now. I think that there is a small, I think the group that wants to free minds is a lot smaller than the group that just wants to, be with their friends and have fun. But I see the value in both. The people who are doing it for their friends can bring more of their friends in and help grow. And the people who want to free minds can help spread the message without just so total dedication and devotion to it.
Andrew, go ahead and tell me, what you think. Repeat back to me what you think my point or my question is, so I'm sure you understand.
Well, I think you're asking us, are we going out there to have fun, to benefit ourselves, or are we going out there to help Ron Paul win this election? I mean, that's the way I understood the question. Was that correct?
Winning the election is that's leaving it up to some computer program to say that I express myself in a number that they're going to repeat back and say he won or not. That's not necessarily my concern. My concern is saving the entire freaking human species. Okay, I mean, the voting is just a side effect. My concern is that it's very clear that part of the changing of our mind, the freeing of our mind, is that the people understand it's a good thing. It's fun, that it's even there, that you even have this as an option, that they're exposed to the message. I'll put it this way. I cannot keep track of how many people tell me over the years how they were made aware of Dr. Paul, the message, freed their minds simply because they saw a Ron Paul revolution sign. That's it. Nothing else. That was the beginning. Or Google Ron Paul. Who is Ron Paul? On the freeway. Can't count them. So I'm asking you the same thing. When you encounter these people and you talk to people that have come into your fold, how many of them have said, yeah, I saw that sign? The sign on the free. I saw a sign on the a sign YouTube about a sign. A sign. Is that a common occurrence?
I can't say that I've come across anyone that said I saw a Ron Paul sign on the freeway, and that's what started me down the
what brought him in?
Paul path.
What brought him in?
But
Ernest, if I may say something, it happened. I hear it all the time. It's not as much signs on the freeway. It's a lot about. My friend posted something about Ron Paul on Facebook, and I never even looked up or read about the guy. And now I think this guy's right.
So this is, and because I ask these questions of you guys because you're on the campuses, you're young. You started this. Heck, one of you is in high school. And then you gravitate into this, and nobody has. There is no central plan for freedom. I know that right off the bat because I was you guys. I mean, hey man, technology didn't exist back in my day. We had to bypass the media. There was nothing else. We bought a AB Dick 360 printing press, and man, we'd be a printing. So this is, and we did the signs, and so we knew. That would be effective because you can't avoid it. But there's new technology now. There's lots of new technology. How are smartphones being used? How is the message being in somebody's hip pocket? We're working on so many new technologies and new apps now. The silver calculator. Going in, we're living Ron Paul's advocacy right now by going to silver with the silver calculator. We're building a new economy. We're abandoning the empire of theft. This is, and when we come back, we're going to talk to him about it.
If you want to move to the free state.
Okay, that's what we're going to do when we come back. I need the technology. This is my concern. I'll tell you right straight up. Mike, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my concern is this. There's, it's a lot of fun and so on, and if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. I'm all hip. But the thing is when you have big, giant opportunities like the Super Bowl, or you got big media, or like we were having the debates will come here to Arizona, we'll get stupid. And they'll be totally focused on how many blimps can see our whatever, okay? So we'll be doing crazy, stupid stuff with remote control airplanes with video feeds that, blah, 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 blah. But we're thinking big. And the thing is that, and the billboards and all this kind of stuff, as an inspiration to others, what I've seen in this election cycle is far less of that, and it's more sine wave. Look, I'm out here on the corner in a video of me doing whatever, and hoping that the video will be an inspiration, or the video will go viral, the video will be its own thing. And I'm going, okay, that happens. That's cool. I mean, you can do that. But there has been a total void this time, 4 years later, than there was ever. They go, you put up that sign, and in 5 hours they're going to take it down, and nobody's going to see it. I'm going, seriously? Rush hour traffic, L.A.? I have hundreds of thousands of people saw it before they even get it taken down. It cost me 25 cents to make. Are you freaking kidding me? So this mindset, I'm trying to find out what happened. where it shifted from. What was the, it's like it's gone, the movement to grow, to expose, to go out the bigger has kind of gone, it's not, a lot of it's because I don't have my finger on the button all the time doing it, but, I'm wondering what the plan is. We are going spiraling down. You're going to get out of university without a job, without prospects, and a big giant bill. And I'm going, okay, so the plan is what? It's the free minds to what? We're going to fix it to what? I need to know the plan. And doing all this for the 2012 election cycle is building to what? It's cool to have fun and we're friend, peace, and out and doing, and we're free. Is there a longer plan? So I want you guys to think about that and how you're going to use technology to do it. What you've done, how the impact. You had the Super Bowl laying in your lap, and I'm wondering, if you're not going to get that again between now and so there's a plan now for something. And Indianapolis, where you live right now, the people that are coming out of your university right now are going to go and continue to do what? They're going to go home this summer to their family and friends, their spring break, and they're going to what? What's the plan? So you guys think about that and how you're going to use technology and so on. I'll give you an opportunity when we come back to expand on it, okay?
Yep.
All right, go.
And the pursuit of happiness, because there's no such thing as half free.
Baby, get me the AK.
Fun and feisty weekly chat about abuse of authority by police, the war on drugs, the war on guns, self-defense, taxation, cats, dogs, anarchy, DIY art, low-budget filmmaking, digital recording, activism, punk rock, sex, hip-hop, and more. Every Friday night, we'll have an exciting new episode where Michael W. Dean and Nima Badati weave their own unique take on the way the world works and how to find your place in it. The Freedom Fiends Podcast, available from freedomfiends.com. That's FreedomFeens.com.
Also available from the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Listen to LRN.FM on any phone, anytime. 760-569-7753. That's 760-569-7753.
It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock. To be a part of the show, call 602-264-2800.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. Oh, we got Andrew, Reno, and Chris Gault on, and you can declare your independence with them too. You know what? You don't even need them. You just do it yourself. I declare my independence. See how easy it was? Don't even need a government form. Done, 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 done. It's a state of mind. And how many people can you infect with this state of mind? It's a cultural thing. If you're waiting on numbers from some government-controlled, private industry, we got proprietary, you can't see how we count 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. If that's your definition of win, you already lost. It's a cultural thing. How many minds can you free? Dr. Paul has given us a fantastic opportunity twice. Thank you. You think this comes around that often? I've been waiting my entire life for this. That's why I was so all in, man. Dr. Paul comes up and said, yep, I'll do this. You're going to run for, done. No, I don't want to be part of your central committee. No, I don't want to be part of the guy. Sure as hell I ain't going to register Republican, okay? I'm not, heck, you're still voting? I go, man, I am so all in. No one will ever accuse me of not being all in. The next generation. What do they think all in is? What do they understand that's coming? How dire do they see what's happening? What do you think their opportunity? Because sooner or later, it's going to be a year, 2, 3. Boom, shakalaka, you in the real world. Now what? So I'm going to ask, Chris, help me out here, man. Technology is helping you guys do it. How are you communicating? What kind of community are you building? Because it's always that with the big bad boy, buddy structure, that it's who you know, and they make sure you got a job on Wall Street and you're taken care of and you got vacations in Hamptons and, blah, 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 blah. What about the rest of us? How are we going to survive this thing? Do you even know what this thing is? Is something coming? What are you preparing for it? How are you doing it? Chris, help me out here, man. You're using all this great technology we were dreaming of when we were your age, dreaming of this very opportunity. How are you using it? Tell me.
Well, I told you that I'm running the Young Americans for Liberty group on campus. And, our goal is to strive to create an understanding of the philosophy of liberty. And last night, or 2 nights ago, we had Glenn Greenwald, Bruce Fine, Jack Hunter, and Jacob Hornberger on our campus.
Sweet.
We drew out over 150 people. And I mean, the main 2 ways we promoted this event was visually on campus with personal interaction. And then the second way was Facebook ads. And we collected a survey at the end of the event, and the Facebook ads really worked. People looked at them, they clicked them, they read about them, and a pretty large percentage of the people that came said it's because of a link or an ad on Facebook.
Okay, Andrew, let me ask you this question. We here at Freedom's Phoenix, we use Facebook a lot. And we get a lot of traffic from Facebook. I mean, we have it automated. As we post a story on the Freedom's Phoenix, it just automatically goes to our Facebook page. Boom, there it is. And I can see the traffic. I know how much we get from Facebook. I'm going, okay, cool. But it's not as much as it's kind of wax and wane. We got Google Plus coming up. There's going to be, internet daylight. We're off the Department of Defense system and Moonbase Alpha. Got our own hacked in satellite or our own satellite. We did it, and try and stop the signal, but you can't stop the signal. Everything goes everywhere, and we go everywhere, and here we go. Okay, so I'm just going. All right, now there's Facebook. Do you have plans for when they flip that switch? They turn that off. Is there something else on the horizon? Are you really so dependent on that particular megaphone? Is there other things coming around? Tell me out. You guys are the young guys. Let me know what's up.
Yeah, I'm really interested in Google Plus. I think that it's got a future. I just think people need to start switching over. I think Facebook doesn't really care about your privacy, and Mark Zuckerberg's not really a libertarian.
He never said he was.
I think that Google's privacy policy is really good. We're trying to build coalitions with with technology. We haven't made a Google Plus, or actually we just made a Google Plus page. And we have a Facebook page, and really, once your group just gets so large, you can't communicate with everyone one-on-one anymore. You have to have a megaphone, and right now that megaphone is Facebook, and people use it and people read it.
Okay, and is Google Plus going to be the next Facebook? Because I remember when they first started. Let me tell you what our history is. About a few years ago, when they first started doing the beta testing, you got, invited in, and you had started playing with it. And some of the activists here, they're all over it, man. Oh, Google Plus, Google Plus, Google Plus, Google Plus, man. They're all over it. Then it starts to expand, and they have the way. And I go, okay, cool. It takes time. But whenever you start getting competition to things like Facebook, this is how. First it started off with MySpace, then Facebook, then, whatever, and then Twitter, and on and on and on. Once it starts having competition, boom, it's everywhere. And somebody comes up, some 13-year-old kid in his grandmother's basement comes up with a great idea of fill in the blank, and it explodes. And I'm going, what is that idea? Are you saying Google Plus is the next wave and we should invest a lot in it? Because, based on what you say right now, I got a Google Plus thing. I go over there right now, push the button, say, hey, guys, get this Google Plus. Presidents, just go ahead and start having automatic composers. Do it, done. Based on what you say right now. Is that the next one?
I would do it.
All right.
I think that the market isn't there yet, but I think that it will be in the very near future. I think that people are going to start getting sick of Facebook. Some of their updates recently have just made the interface laggy and slow and outdated, and people are tired of the ads and the games. And
well, they're going down the second they do an IPO. They start going on the stock market. Hey, it's time to sell out, man. All right. So Mark Zuckerberg is going to get his own Moonbase or whatever with all his money. But God, he's still in his 20s, isn't he?
I actually don't know how old he is.
He's young still, but anyway, certainly by my standard. Now, so the next technology, the smartphones, is there something right now, are you going, I wish these were faster. I wish they were better. I wish they had more out. Are they pretty much, man, this smartphone thing's got a lot of capacity already. I'm still getting caught up on all the things that the smartphone can do. From a young person in university, are you guys satisfied with your iPhone or your Droid or something as a platform, or are you looking for something more?
Well, I just got the Galaxy Nexus, and I think it's pretty amazing. I can pay at Walgreens or a gas station with my phone. But instead of my credit card.
Welcome to the New World Order.
But I want to see more grassroots apps. There really isn't any. There's no real Ron Paul organization app. There's no Liberty. But I love it that I have the Constitution straight as an app on my phone. I have all the Federalist Papers on my phone. Congress app is something everyone should get. It's really transparent of Congress. Everything they do, every person and their votes. It's a really good app, just called Congress.
Freedom's Phoenix. Freedom's Space Phoenix app, boom, for your smartphone. Done.
All right.
silver calculator. Now, on iPhone, silver calculator. I'm telling you, that thing is exploding. That is our focus for the 2012. What we all did, what we worked for to accomplish with the Lovolution in 2008, we are doing with Silver Calculator in 2012. You watch. We just got art approval for Silver Dime Card and stuff that we're working with Michael Nystrom over at Daily Paul. And we're doing a thing with RTR. And we're doing a thing with the Revolution Pack. We're doing a thing with Anti-War. We're doing a thing with, this is it. You want to know where the next is? Silver. Because the next slave script they come out for you guys, you're either going to you go, yeah, man, I play at Walgreens with my smartphone and it does it in, the worldo, and you're going to be, whatever. And I'm telling you, man, gotta get it. Because all they're going to do is change currencies now. They just flip a switch and whatever you're paying with on your phone. This is a slave script, and that's going to be the next understanding for your generation. You mark my words. Why? Because, man, I'm old. I see it coming. Seen it before. And we're going to talk more with Chris Gault and Andrew Reno about the future of technology and how we're going to free the minds of the next generation with leaders like them right there on point. We'll be right back.
Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what the readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. freedomsphoenix.com, constantly providing the information, the real news about government policies, and the real relationship we all have with the coercive government, the real condition of the economy, innovations in technology, breakthroughs in energy, health, and computer science. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media. The corporate media, nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but now there's an alternative. freedomsphoenix.com. Constant news updates on the issues that affect your life in the most important ways. With liberty and property under constant attack, freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda, and it encourages the participation of its readers. Go to freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com. The revolution between the ears has already happened.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
Okay, you guys ready to do the last segment? You got some goodies for me?
Yep.
Okay, one of you guys got your smartphone with you? You can check the app, Freedom's Phoenix or the Silver Calculator.
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now.
Silver Calculator, that's the first one, man. I tell you, that kicks ass.
Frontier Industry?
Probably not.
No.
Silver Space Calculator. Are you Droid or iPhone?
Droid. Calculator will help you convert prices of silver in U.S. dollars.
Yep.
All right. It is downloading. And what was the other one? Freedom's Phoenix?
Yeah, Freedom's, no apostrophe or with. I think it's just Freedom Space Phoenix. And what that is, it's just a RSS feed of our news app into an app. They just upgraded it. Hopefully it's working. Let me check. Because they just didn't upgrade.
Oh, you guys have a Cop Block app too.
Yeah.
I love Cop Block. The No State Project?
You guys are behind, man. I mean, seriously. Damn.
Well, I'm sharing all these with my people.
We'll talk about it on air. God, man. You have no idea how much we've waited for you guys to get to this point. And then to take advantage of what this technology. We were dreaming. I mean, heck, it's late 60s. Star Trek starting. I'm 7 years old. I thought computers talk. I thought you had interface. I thought you had little memory cards. I'm going, what, we don't have replicators? What? Seriously? I've been waiting on this. Here it is. And, and everybody's like, it's no big. I'm going, man, you guys, here we go.
Before you apply, remove all those party animal photos from your Facebook page. Even if you're not in the job market, effective communication skills have never been more important. With money and attention so scarce now. For more tips for job seekers and getting better results in all your day-to-day communication, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
You can interact with other LRN listeners in our message board at forum.lrn.fm. That's forum.lrn.fm.
Freedom is the answer. What's the question?
I want to break free.
You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
I want to break free.
Yeah, break free. Break free. How do you break free? And you think it's some shackle or handcuffs you take off, or avoiding the man, or not driving, or staying in your hovel cave. Seriously, is that it? It's up here, man. It's between the ears. It's a revolution between the ears. I want to explain. I want to motivate. I want to chastise. I want something with Chris and Andrew. Andrew Reno, Chris Gault from Indianapolis. They're on campus. They have grown up with the understanding that, hey, man, everybody's got a smartphone. Heck, my granddaughter at 2.5 years old understands phones. She's like walking around with remotes and stuff saying, hello, hello, hello. Whenever my wife's phone rings, oh, Papa, hi, Grandpa. Seriously, at 2.5 years old, she's like, where's my phone? And we're going to plug it in. We're going to jack it in like the Matrix. I'm going to have a permanent phone stuck in the back of my head. I remember at one radio station I was at on one Saturday, on Saturday mornings, they had a program, 2 hours, that was just about video games. And these guys, one time I was driving around, had the radio on, listening to these guys, and I called in. I said, hey, it's Ernie. Oh, hey, it's Ernie. And I said, I'm just wondering, if they gave you the option of jacking in the back of your head in the video, yes, absolutely, first in line. I'm going, wow, man, these guys, to understand the power of technology and how it can control us as much as we control it. So, I mean, we have a new generation of tech savvy that almost take it for total granted. I mean, they are just like, hey, yeah, of course. But I'm going, all right, do you see the power of what it really is? It is a direct Vulcan mind meld with the rest of the planet. That's it. It's no more complicated than that. You get to add your distinctiveness to the collective of Mother Earth. It's like Avatar, man. The roots all be connected. And each one of us is a neuron that adds to the whatever. And the more you can do that, the more you can change the entire planet. As we inject, as we use Facebook, as we use Google+, as we use Freedom's Phoenix, as we start to do what's really coming, it's going to be an economic thing. Silver calculator, silver calculator, silver calculator. As we do this, it changes the planet because we are the planet. And you may get all organic with Avatar, but it exists right now. It's called the internet. We are connected like we've never been. When I was your age, I dreamed. I'm 6, 7 years old watching Star Trek thinking, what, computers don't talk? They do on TV? I mean, we've been waiting for this. Now we have it. An entire enterprise computer in our freaking hand with access to anyone on the planet instantaneously. Oh, my God. How do you see this, Andrew? Andrew, I mean, are you looking forward to what? I mean, this is revolutionary. I can Freedom's Phoenix translates into 39 languages. We have our own Arabic Facebook and Twitter. We are in the middle of Arab Spring since last January. I mean, we understood what this meant. You know, what's the future? What else are you looking for? What one thing do you want more? How are you using it? Help me out here, man.
Yeah, I think technology is really revolutionizing the way we communicate. I mean, just like you were talking about, you're able to talk to people on the other side of the planet. They're able to get your material in their language. And we were talking about social networking earlier. That's how people find out about all our meetings on campus, and it's certainly helping us spread the message. I know Ron Paul has a huge presence online, and the whole liberty movement does really dominate that area of communication online, and the technology is something that's enabling us to do that.
Chris, help me out with that. Online, people are getting connected. They know they can say, hey, find me. I mean, it's rare that I get calls now saying, well, how do I get that? I'm up here in Cottonwood. I just got a call a couple days ago. I'm up in Cottonwood looking for, and how do I go, hey, man, you put in Ron Paul Meetup Cottonwood. Heck, I know a couple of guys right now that are up there doing stuff. Heck, there's one has on his barn a big giant Ron Paul 2012. It's been up there 2 years. So I'm going, this is, there it is, go. So I don't get as many calls like that, but I'm wanting to know, Chris, how is this going to manifest itself? A year or two, you're going to be out of school. You're going to be out in the world. Who are you associating with? Where are you living? What jobs are you taking? How is this experience and this understanding of what's coming going to manifest itself in your life?
Well, in my life, I would like to continue working and volunteering and being involved in this whole. I want to dedicate my life to liberty, and so I see the internet as the only free thing we really have left in America. I mean, I understand I notice in our group we joke about it all the time. We're watching a movie or something, and our friend Jack's over there texting, and we're like, hang on, guys, Jack's in the Matrix. And so, I mean, we understand there's got to be a balance between the real world and the internet. But I think that the internet's the greatest tool that we can have and the greatest tool we can use for to advance this movement.
I tell you what, I have teenagers. I had, my children are 2 boys, 2 girls, 21 to 26. So my walls were saturated with estrogen, testosterone for years. Okay, I mean, had all their friends in there. One of my sons is captain of the football team. My girls were in sports. They did. I mean, I just had teenagers everywhere, and I'm just going, wow. So I saw the impact of MySpace. I had a board op. I'm doing radio. He's telling me about my daughter's trip to Mexico. She looked good in a bikini. I'm like, she went to Mexico? Seriously? How do you even know this? It's on MySpace. I'm like, I got to get on MySpace. And then I got to get on Facebook. It's just to know what my kids are doing. And they'll share all kinds of, things they'd never tell me, So it's like, yeah, it's open to everybody except Dad. So this is kind of, I've grown up seeing that. I remember when Zuckerberg was doing Hot or Not. I remember when all the boys, my friends, my son's friends, they were in there going, hot or not. Heck, I got the pick. Yeah, that one or that one. So I've seen this develop. I could understand, and I knew what we wanted and desired. But I tell you, the whole point of this was to meet other people, not just online, but to have some kind of social interaction with, or an effect, or a relationship, or to marry. If your relationship is a computer, it's where I can see the potential. And it's going to happen for a while, to where people will start having intimate relationships with robots. They'll start having relationships with a sophisticated software system that can just feed on some kind of a positive feedback system, an email or text or chat. And it's going to be gravitated. There's going to be some NSA, computer, and it's talking with, 5,000 people at one time and got them all super engaged in doing and manipulating them into whatever because they have lost the ability to be out in the real world. I see it coming. It will have this whole new disorder. It'll be, whatever. And I'm going, this all comes down to real world. Because let me tell you what's real. Grandkids, kids, your backyard, eating right, feeling healthy. And I can see us being sucked into the technology instead of it being a tool to an end, a means to an end. It is the end. They're going, this is what I'm jacked in the Matrix. And I can see to where, it's like the guy, I can't remember his name. The guy is like, you know what? Ignorance is bliss in Matrix. He's like, I'd rather just, take the blue pill and stay in here and be happy. Will there be people like that? But an economy, a life, an environment is not sustained by that. So I want to, because you think this has been going on forever, and it hasn't. I've seen the evolution in less than 8 to 10 years. I've seen this happen. I remember our first emails in 94. We saw it coming. Freedom's Phoenix was developed in our heads in 96. We were just waiting for video streaming, broadband enough that we could see what was coming. When they start doing video, I knew the media was dead. We're freaking there on the corner. I don't need you to tell me what happened. I was there, and oh, by the way, I got the video. So this is something I can see where this is going. Now, I want you guys to you keep doing what you're doing, but don't ever forget, it's the real world will trump electrons every single time, and we're going to have to evolve through that knowledge. Thanks for coming on the show, Andrew, Chris. It's been enlightening for all of us, I hope. We want to make sure that we understand where this is going because it's new. You guys think it's been around forever and it's just taken for granted, but it's not. This is new. New. Use it well. Go forth with the force and do good. All right? Thanks for coming on, guys. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Ernie.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
My name is Angel
That's it,
Rage.
guys.
I'm a mother.